So we take a look at number 8 and number 9, and here's where we really kind of figure out, what happens in bond trading, because people trade bonds all the time. Just because you buy a 30-year bond doesn't mean you have to hang on to it. If I call my broker and I invest some money in a 10-year bond, and 3 years from now I would like the money or want to change investments, want to invest in something else, I can simply say, hey, let's sell that bond. Of course, we would sell it at whatever the prevailing rates are, and the value of the bond, if I paid $10,000 for it, may be up or down, right? So you can have capital gains and losses in bonds just like you would in equities or stocks, and this is kind of how we calculate that a little bit. So it's very similar to what we've done, but if you look at 9, and your guys' is going to be just the opposite. So 9, we're talking about losing some money. I think your guys' goes the opposite way, but it says look at table 10.1. Don't really worry about that other than and now assume interest rates in the market yield to maturity increase from 9% to 12%. The only thing that we have to really know, I think, from that table is that bonds are paying 10% interest. So these are bonds that were issued at 10% interest yield of that, right? So again, I've got a par value of 1,000. My term on mine, I guess those are all 20 years, so I put in the 20-year. Okay, and my yield is 10%, so my payment is equal to the 10% times the par value. Okay, but market rate, okay, is 9% when I buy it, and then it's 12% when I sell it, according to this, right? Okay, and so we've got to do our math here. I just put these in as kind of placekeepers, but we'll need those, right? And then I moved over here to do my calculations. So if it's if it's originally a 10%, and now rates are 9%, to get that 10% yield, I'm going to have to pay a little bit more, right? So I should expect that this is going to be a bit more than $1,000 if I use the present value. Okay, so the rate, use that market rate, the number of periods is the 20, the payment is the 100, and my future value is my 1,000. And so as expected, I'm going to pay a little more than 1,000, almost $1,100 to purchase this bond that's paying a rate of 10%. So I'm going to keep getting that $100 per year, right? But now, apparently, the yields change like in the same day, and so this wouldn't typically happen because I'd owned it for a while, and so the term would go down and some different things like that would happen. But this gives us a rough look at how you would calculate that. By the way, these calculations are all rough calculations. If you try to do these, some of the bonds like I showed you, the GE bonds at Morningstar, you'll find that you'll come up with somewhat different answers, just largely because those calculations that they're giving you are based on the actual days, when the next payment's going to take place. If that's not a full, the next interest payment, that might be 30 days instead of a year, and so all those things impact the yield. But in any event here, so we'll do the remember, I'm selling it here, right? Okay, so I'm going to sell it, and so I'm going to my rate is going to be my 12%. My number of periods is my 20, but I'm giving up the payment, right? I'm not going to be getting the payment anymore, so I'm going to put that in as a negative. And same thing with the future value, kind of giving that up. Oops. I kind of did that. That would work okay that way, but I've been doing it like this, and so I'll stay consistent. Okay, so if I sell that, I would get $850.61. So I lost. Okay, I lost. We'll do a little sum thing here, and I can sum just those two. I lost $240.67 in the process here. And then it asks me, what would my percentage return on the investment if I bought when rates were 9 and sold when rates were 12? The percent return then is based on my original purchase price, and in this case, my loss. Okay, and I want to make sure that my signs are kind of equal there, I think. So, okay. But in my case, yeah, I should say, if these signs are both the same, okay, this is going to return a positive, okay, number. And so I've got to make sure, I know that I lost money, and so I got to make sure that this is a negative number. So actually in my case, your guys' may differ, but you need to understand whether you made money or lost money. I lost money, you guys probably make money on your problem. But so it's just minus this divided by my original investment. Okay, so I lost 22.05%. A little better than 22%. So that tells you again that with bonds, oftentimes you think of bonds as a good, safe, steady place, and they are if you're going to invest and just leave your money there. But you can trade bonds like anything else, and you can, as this demonstrates, lose money easily in bonds as well.